But that was from the competition committee. Now, this second one that we're going to talk about, I like because it's for my swaggy players out there. And this is from the Chiefs. The Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs actually proposed this to expand the jersey number options for certain positions. Now, we talked about that earlier, coming full circle here, right? In terms of this day, April 5th, and was it 1973? I said 1973. This was the date where they decided to change the numbers and make it very specific for each position. Well, the Chiefs, they got a lot of skilled players. They got a lot of ballers. And they said that, hey, look, man, we want to allow our skilled players to be able to wear single digits now. So imagine, you have your wide receiver out there and he rocking a number 1. Or you get a corner that's out there in that number 2. I mean, I think Joe Hayden dropped a couple pictures of him in the 5 because, it was his jersey down there with the Florida Gators. Like, imagine how crazy that... Not the biggest of impact in terms of on-field play, but from an optic standpoint, I'm all for this rule. I love this rule.
I am too. No. It always bothered me seeing a dude in college rocking a number, and that was their number, and they're like studs. I mean, Fitzgerald's a perfect example. Yeah, exactly. Reggie Bush too. He was 5. He was 5.
Killed me seeing him switch that. I'm like, what? No, you got to change the rule just for Reggie. Like, yeah.
I'm with you on this. So whenever I was paying attention to both NCAA football, NFL, I always wanted to see the seamless transition of the jersey number, like you said, Reggie Bush going and playing as number 5 in the NFL, Larry Fitzgerald number 1, countless other players. Absolutely, just studs in college. You want to see that number transferred over. It's iconic. Now we get this chance. Here's the question, though. Do we want to see the players that are currently in the NFL? Maybe they had their single digit back in college. Do you want to see the switch? Because Juju and Joe Hayden are good examples for us. Yeah. Joe Hayden with the 5 in Florida, Juju with the 9 at USC. Juju's 19 to me now.
Yeah.
With the Steelers.
I agree with that.
Can we make that switch? I don't know.
So this is my thing.
Or is it like a Kobe thing? You got the 2 numbers.
Well, you could do Kobe. But now if you do the Kobe, you got to make sure you're dominant with both numbers, right? Otherwise, it's going to look more like Shaq. Shaq, it was like, 32, 34. Then, all right, we're going to stop with all these other numbers, all right?
So 36 was in there?
Yeah, it was stank. Yeah, look, right? So if you're going to go that route, just know you got to be dominant. But even if the current superstars that we know right now who've been in the league for multiple years, if they don't switch them, imagine this next wave of guys, though. Your Jamar Chases, the different high-end running backs that we've already talked about, some of these other receivers, some of these DBs that are coming out, they get to keep that single digit. I think that'd be dope, man. Like I said, it's just another thing from an optic standpoint that if you're trying to catch the casual viewer, if you're catching that guy who loves watching college ball, but they're iffy on the NFL, and you get a chance to see just how these guys are going to look with the single digit, it's like, man, I think I want to tune in a little bit more now.
Does it go past the single digits? Could it be any number for the skill positions?
So right,
because I'm just trying to think. Was Calvin Johnson 21 in college?
He was. Yeah, he was.
So
21.
Yeah, what if he was 21?
Yeah, so they haven't.
NFL?
So for the Chiefs, they were just solely talking about the single digits.
Okay.
Yeah, for like the skill position. So they don't want to go further than that because obviously people will be like, well, you opening up Pandora's box. Now we're gonna get D lineman wearing number 2, kind of like what you see at I think it was like Florida State. They always had their big D linemen and these little jerseys, like the number about to rip off of them.
Yeah, D tackles. That was the thing. Yeah,
absolutely. So I think they were trying to prevent it from going all the way there. But I'm for skill position players being able to rock the single digits. I think it would be cool.
We talk about slippery slopes with some of this other stuff that we talked about on the podcast with rules and like the 17-game schedule. This is one I'm good with. If we want to expand the jersey numbers to everyone, if this is Pandora's box and then all of a sudden it leads to 21 and receivers rocking like number 40 and stuff, even quarterbacks, I'm good with it.
Quarterback coming with a 20 number and he's like balling with it. Like, ooh, all right, make it cool. Because these numbers get cool because of the players.
I think what they don't want, though, is a stud quarterback rocking 69. That's what they don't want.
Well, he can't do that in Pittsburgh anyways because we know who got 69 at Pittsburgh.
Exactly. But, well, even outside of a star quarterback, just a star player, they wouldn't want Gronk wearing 69.
Gronk is going to sell it, too. Gronk is going to be all, he's selling. Yeah.
I don't think that's what they would want. That's probably where they draw the line. I don't know what line that is.
It's the YouTube crowd out here. We see y'all right here. Is a skill position player wearing 69? Is that family friendly or not? I don't know. I think it's just a nice number. It's a nice number.
I'm fine with it, but I could see why the NFL would try to stay away from that a little bit.
You're probably right.